guess first off, a little unusual to have all 5 starters up here. Was that your call, and was there a thought behind that message-wise?
I mean, hopefully some of you guys asked questions that needed to be asked.
We asked about rebounding, one of the things that they brought up too. How much of an issue was that in your mind today?
It was huge. We got pounded on the glass. We had 0 offensive rebounds in the first half. At times during the game, we were non-competitive on the glass.
A couple of the guys, basically all of the guys, said that Mississippi State was the more aggressive team most of the game. That basically they said that's, I'm not sure what the word was, but unacceptable at this point in the season. Are you surprised on a night like tonight that State was clearly more aggressive?
I mean, I wish I could tell you I was surprised, but I wasn't. I think, these last 2 games, the 4 halves we played on the road, fortunate to win those games, but I would agree with the players if they said they weren't the most aggressive team tonight. I give Mississippi State credit. Got good coach, good players. I thought 5 was the difference in the game. You look at his plus-minus, winning basketball. You look at the stat sheet on us. We had 1 guy that had a positive plus-minus today. We got some good minutes from Mikel off the bench, but college basketball is a player's game, and you gotta have guys show up to play. Ultimately, the coach, where the coach fits in, is his responsibility is to get the guys ready to play. So I want to apologize to all the fans that drove into Oxford today to watch this rivalry. We did our best to explain to the guys how important this game was, and we obviously didn't get it done.
Sean said since really that second half of the Kentucky game, it's kind of been a decline downhill, and he characterized it as complacency. In your eyes, is that a fair characterization since that happened?
I mean, if complacency is a part of this, then we've got some guys that need to do some real soul searching. I mean, complacent for what? Like, what have we done that allows us to be complacent?
Chris, is it an oversimplification to say that they just played with more of a sense of urgency than you guys did? Is that?
I think that's a fair statement, and it's hard for me as the coach to say that, but it's exactly what I told the guys after the game. Victory is going to favor the team that's more aggressive. And this time of year, in the SEC, you're supposed to see 2 aggressive teams going at it, and then the victory will favor the team with the fewest mistakes once guys show up to fight. And I thought for a lot of the game, we weren't a part of the aggressiveness fight. So when you look at that, that's what rebounding is. That's what finishing around the basket, demanding that the refs call the fouls. I just thought we had a lot of softness to us today, and that's not easy for me to say as the coach, because one thing we pride ourselves in, we're not going to win every game, but we do have an objective that we're not going to put an effort out there like I thought we put out there today. And again, not taking anything away from Mississippi State. They're obviously, you could tell their backs are against the wall. They're chasing wins here down the stretch in mid-February. I thought they have great role definition on their team. I've already mentioned 5. It's just a winner. I don't care what the stat line says. Just look at the final number. What did you guys say? Plus what? Yeah, I felt it when I was out there. It's a winning player. For us, again, who brought their A game today for us? And again, I'm not sitting there throwing the players under the bus too. We coach the team, our staff. We're all in this together. The team obviously wasn't well coached today, and the players didn't perform at the level it's going to take to beat a team that's very hungry right now.
Chris, you recently said y'all are kind of looking forward to this midweek break you're about to get. What are some of the key things you want to address when you kind of don't have to play anybody in the midweek?
Yeah, you look forward to the break after a win, and you dread the break after a loss.
Chris, so in that second half, you went deeper into your bench to just try to find a spark. And with Eduardo specifically, a freshman who's been in your rotation all year, how do you and the coaching staff kind of just keep his memory short with some of the frantic miscues he had in this game?
Yeah, I think some of the substitutions tonight were to literally get people out there that, were playing with a sense of pride for Ole Miss. Understood a lot of people paid real money to come to this game today. And again, we're not going to make every shot. You're not going to win every game. But you can absolutely control what you can control, and that's effort, body language, competitiveness. We were lacking a lot of those things. So I thought John Bowl gave us great minutes. Klafke's always an energy guy. And then Rob Cowherd, it was great to get Rob. Rob's been battling injuries really his whole career. This year, no different. But It was great to see Rob out there contributing today. He could be a big part of what we're trying to do down the stretch.
Last question. All right, thanks.
Thanks.